Andy.
Andre.
Adrian.
Stephanie.
This is School Commute Convos. What's going on?
Hi, everyone.
And it's Wednesday. Half day.
Half day.
Half days. What do you guys want to talk about today? So, yesterday we recorded our first full episode for the podcast. Yay! Everybody did an amazing job. We talked about internet safety. So, briefly about the episode, we're talking about giving you tips and just a little bit of backstory on how to navigate in the World Wide Web. You know, back in the day when we were small, when I say small, I mean younger, not small, because we big, but in age. AOL was the place to be. So this is where you would meet people in chat rooms.
Or net zero.
Or net zero. So a lot has changed from the times of AOL and dial-up till now, gaming platforms, gaming online. So we want to give tips and try to give you some sort of information to kind of like make sure that you are navigating online safely. So
Not us, the kids.
well, everybody in general, because you know, we want to make sure that you're monitoring your kids. We want to make sure that they're online playing safely. You know, you want to make sure that the hackers ain't trying to get your information, try to get your credit card, try to take your money, So internet safety is a real big thing. And later on, Andres is going to talk about how the use of different apps and use of different hardware, software to kind of protect you on the TIK Aficionados podcast. He's going to come in there and break it down for you. What are the most highly recommended things you can do in order to make sure you know that you navigate the World Wide Web safely. But I just wanted to commend the kids for the recording yesterday. We were up pretty late. And to be honest, it wasn't that bad. Like, there were very little retakes to be done. And I think it's because everybody's gotten a little bit better. Everybody's...
well, this is the first time we've recorded.
We've been back in
almost 7 months. Probably.
Like a little over 6 months.
6-7 months?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we last recorded.
It's been a while. So now once we get back into the
groove of things. But they did get better. You know, we didn't spend like 15-20 minutes just to prep.
Not at all. You know
why? But the setup takes forever.
Yeah.
Because I got to take it apart, put it down, put everything away. But they're not redoing their lines or the intro every
1 or 2 takes.
Yeah, 1 or 2 takes. Before it used to be like 4 or 5 takes.
It used to be very timely process, but no, because they're getting better. They're getting better with time. And soon enough, they'll be taking over the podcast and doing the editing.
And we're incorporating video into our podcast.
Yes.
So it's a video podcast.
So trying to make it real fancy for you, try to do presentations, trying to do pop-ups, do all these things. So
the software we're using is really good. You know, it gives us a lot of options. And
what is the name of the software?
Well, you have different ones out there, but the one that we use is called Restream.
Right. Okay.
We could put our logo in the corner. We could do our presentations. We could add a whole bunch of people, up to 20 people.
Yeah.
You know, if we wanted to do remotely, you know, they could take control of it if they want to share something. It's a lot. And the good thing about it is it does high definition, which a lot of the platforms out there, they use 1080p. So that's like the highest format for streaming. And so that's what we're using to stream 1080p. We can record in 4K, but the only place that we could upload 4K is YouTube.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. But talking about like the process of recording and the process of ideas and making content, we're trying to continue. These people in the morning, you see them starting early in the morning. We're trying to get to the point where we can streamline the process, and I think with practice we'll get there. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, but I want to talk a little bit about the one of the topics we talked about yesterday was the Chinese sky balloon.
Oh, the weather balloon.
The weather balloon.
The so-called weather balloon.
The so-called weather balloon. But I want to know, what do you think really happened with that? Because they're incorporating it, or they're relating it to China having 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 a surveillance on us through one particular balloon in one particular area of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Does that make sense to you? If I was to send a balloon, right, to one area, where would I want to send it to?
An isolated one.
Why isolated?
So no one knows where you are.
Okay,
and
that's
slowly creep on to some place that it's not noticeable for commoners to know, but you will get caught.
right.
By commoners.
Okay. Where would you want to have a surveillance? Where would you want surveillance? If you had to go grab surveillance that was pertinent or anything important, where would you want to place this balloon?
Washington.
Exacto. That's where my head was at. That's what my head. I'm gonna put it on the White House. I'm gonna put it by the Pentagon.
My man, Sleepy Joe. What would you want to put in the White House? Sleepy Joe always sleeping. You ain't gonna get no info.
Because it's controlled airspace. There's no access.
You can't even get anything in those airspaces anyway.
Right. So if we're putting a balloon in the middle of the Midwest, what kind of information am I getting? Unless there's like a secret location.
Well, no. If it's coming West, you gotta remember the easiest way from Asia, from that part of the world, is coming through the West.
Oh, coming through the West.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
But then they're claiming that it's just a weather balloon. It's not a spy. It wasn't spying or anything. It wasn't used for surveillance.
But then there was like
it drifted away from their area and it slowly came towards us.
for sure somebody got fired at that weather station. For sure. Somebody got fired at that weather station. 100%. But but now they're correlating this surveillance into TikTok. So on our episode we talked about what would life be if TikTok was banned? Because now the White House made a statement saying that they're not allowed to use TikTok on their premises. Nobody's allowed to have
on their White House. Anybody that works for the White House, TikTok is banned on their phones.
It's not there. So,
but then again, if they issue you a company phone, those apps aren't even going to be installed there anyway. You know.
True. But everybody, they mad cheap. They're not gonna go ahead and provide you company phones. They're gonna be like, go get your own phone.
No, I'm pretty sure the government, because encrypted, is gonna be an encrypted phone.
That's true. But then, don't you see these other officials that had their phones hacked or whatever the case may be, and then
they're probably the personal phones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They sent out email. Remember Hillary Clinton had that whole mess with the emails and stuff like that. That's besides the point. So, what would be the world after? If
it's gonna keep moving. If TikTok is banned,
it's gonna keep.
Me personally, if TikTok is banned, it's not affecting me personally. Like, you know, maybe it might affect us as a brand because we get a lot of views on TikTok.
Right.
When we post stuff, so that's fortunately we're using the TikTok as a promotion to get our content out there. So that's what's gonna suck if they ban it in the U.S.
Right. But it is also a form of entertainment, so we don't know if.
Right, but we ain't doing no dance moves.
Well,
girl.
I'm gonna start dancing just to get some more views or whatnot. So, but right. But thinking about how that particular, or just social media in general, just like how different would the world be if we didn't have social media, right? Not being able to connect to one another, not being able to reach out to other communities and things of that manner. So I don't know. It's hard.
It's one of those, like, if you ban TikTok, somebody else is gonna create something else.
True.
There's always the chain.
Right.
You know, like I talked about it.
What they gonna do? They're gonna do the Wish version of it.
They're gonna do the Wish version. Well, that's from China. You know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. It's tricky. And
it's always a cycle.
Right.
You know, we started off with MySpace. First it was AOL chat. Then we had MySpace. Then we had Facebook took over MySpace. Facebook is king. And then when that came out, Snapchat came out. You had Vine, and then Vine is like no longer. It's still. I think
Vine is still.
Then you started having Instagram. Instagram was like uploading quick clips. Now we have TikTok
stories, and now it's TikTok.
TikTok does like.
Now this whole thing with the chat GPT and the AI, and I was like, yo, what is going on? So there's a lot going on in reference to social media. So we, as parents, we got to be vigilant. We got to make sure our kids are doing safely. We got to make sure that we're safe ourselves. Because if they are surveilling us and they are trying to get our information, yo, we are screwed.
Imagine they see surveillance pictures and you like scratching your armpit.
Get surveillance.
Or you turn around taking a bite of a sandwich, you're like,
oh my God. But you gotta remember, we're owners of Apple phones. If we're gonna ask something for Siri's always listening. You gotta remember that.
Even if you shut it off,
even if you shut it off, she's always listening. So you gotta be super mindful of the things that are happening and things that are not happening in the background.
Yeah. So the White House worried about them. Worried about app development that's here that's stealing our information. You know, like.
You know what I'm saying? And we have been victims of identity theft. We have been victims where people have brought cell phones with our accounts. There's people.
And recently, she was, I would say, attacked. Your identity has been attacked, or your credit has been attacked.
Oh my God.
One of her credit cards was charged like 5 times at Apple Store for like $2,000
It was
a piece.
No, it was almost like $2,000. Yeah.
It was five transactions, $2,000 a piece, and also they paid off her credit card. That was how it all started. Her credit card was paid off by telephone, and we were like, we never make payments over phone.
Yeah.
So that was the first flag.
That was.
Then after that, the week after, they started doing small transactions. McDonald's here.
Yeah.
A deli store here. You know, they'll get different little things here. Then all of a sudden, they go to the Apple Store in Williamsburg. In Brooklyn. 5 transactions for $2,000 a piece. They must have gotten like gift cards because they were like exact amounts. So I'm like, who in their right mind will go into an Apple Store and get 5 $2,000 gift cards? So we called right away, like, yo, this is I don't know why would they even approve this.
Scams.
Like,
just a scam.
5 times?
Yo, let me tell you, they're getting more crafty and craftier every day.
And this happened what, in December?
In this right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas, and they're still investigating it right now. Did they send you a new card?
No.
They haven't even sent her a new card
They didn't
yet.
send me a new card.
They closed the account.
They closed my account.
And it says,
one less bill for me to pay.
yeah, it says do not make any payments. It is being investigated. We'll get back to you within 90 days. I'm like, 90 days?
Whatever. I don't care. It was just
that's crazy.
It's so annoying because that's during around the holiday season. You see all these purchases. You're trying to do all these things, running around, and then now one of my credit cards is being. I was oh my God, like so annoying. But that's the thing. I'm very safe when it comes to using stuff online. I don't share my passwords. I don't use nothing. But these hackers, these online scammers, they're getting more craftier and craftier and craftier.
Is that favorite T-shirt you want from Wish? And
But I just wanted to say I'm super proud of everybody. Y'all did an amazing job yesterday, especially the production manager here, making sure that we don't sound like idiots. And with the whole video production now that we're doing, it's going to be more implemented. We're going to be more interactive. We're going to be showing documents. We're going to be sharing clips and stuff like that. And then we'll be discussing more. So, yeah, and we're just going to continue looking for more stories, sharing all the information we can to make sure you guys navigate the world without getting hacked. That's the whole point.
watch your back.
Watch your back. Watch your pockets.
Watch your pockets.
Watch your phones. Be careful what you say. Be careful who you speak to.
Mm-hmm.
This is Stephanie.
This is Andre. And the kids, whatever, they're like, they knocked out. We bore them stuff. They're sleeping.
We didn't bore them. They were tired. They were up. They were up late recording. So, but this is School Commute Convos. We'll see you on the next one.
Take care, guys.
Have a good one.